I feel something very yucky and warm on my face.
Yo, Young Money right here, throw it up, no height cheer. Cold like a white pear, Freddy Krueger, I'm a rap bitch, nightmare. And I'm rich, I could buy you. Kill bitches, leave their body in a bayou. More brain than an IQ, more head than a dread. And my bank account ain't hardly empty. That's why I come through in a Barbie Bentley. So please, Mamacita, please no envy. When you come around, it reads no.
Hey Care Bears, welcome to another video. Ooh, wait, my voice don't sound right, girl.
Fix it. Fix it. Fix it.
Anyways, hope you guys are having an amazing day. Welcome to another video, okay? And as you guys can see, this is going to be a story time video, okay? And I'm not even going to waste no time. I'm going to get right into it. But before I do that, make sure you guys are subscribed, like this video, and touch up that notification bell. Girl, what is going on? I would like to see it, girl.
You better hurry up.
I'm getting a text message, girl. I would like to see it. Let me put my phone on mute real quick. Yes, I would like to see it. So also make sure y'all are following me on my Instagram page. Girl, a lot is going on. Make sure y'all follow me on my Instagram page and make sure y'all scan my barcode for my Fetch app so you can receive points towards your gift cards, okay? I would like to see it. It will be on the screen, or you can click my link in the description down below. So y'all, I'm gonna get right into it. Me nah lele, me nah itch. I'm gonna go straight into it. So this story time, by the way, I'm happy that I'm doing a story time because I haven't done a story time for y'all in a while. So I am going to be talking about my experiences going to an all-boys high school in Jamaica.
Oh.
So, as y'all already know, I grew up in Jamaica, so I went to school in Jamaica. I went to Kingston College High School. Okay?
Fortis, Cattery, Cedary, no pussy test. Fortis, Cattery, Cedary, no pussy test.
Excuse me, security. Security.
I work here, dear. You'll be ushered out before me.
Security. Thank you.
Why?
Y'all, it ain't that serious.
No. No.
It ain't that serious. Even though I went to Kingston College and I love Kingston College, it's not that serious because they make it seem like it's a fraternity. All the other guys that went there, girl, they made it seem like a fraternity, girl. It's not that serious to me. It was just a high school that I went to, girl. But yeah. So I went to Kingston College, and as y'all already know, if y'all are Jamaican, but for those who don't know, it's an all-boys high school. Okay? It's a all-boys high school. Now, I went through a lot of different experiences going to an all-boys high school in Jamaica. Overall, it was a good experience, but I did get bullied more than once. I did have some really good times. I did meet some really great people that I think I can still consider them as friends. We don't communicate, and I haven't seen them in a while, but I can still consider them as friends because of the relationship we had while we were in high school. So where do I even start? Okay, so I started high school in 1997. Girl, I'm old as hell.
Yep. Yeah.
I know. Young at heart, honey. So yeah, there goes the dash cam again. Bye, girl. First of all, it is hot as hell in Atlanta today. I have the ear on. It is hot as hell. It is 80 degrees in Atlanta today. When a few days ago it was feeling like New York. I don't understand. Yeah, it's 80 degrees in Atlanta today. But anywho, Atlanta, get it together, girl. Yeah, so I started high school in 1997, and this high school is they have rules, okay? So you had to wear uniforms. You had to wear, I would put a picture right here. You have to wear you had to wear uniforms. You had to wear khaki. So basically, you had to wear a matching top, shirt, and pants. And you have to wear a tie. So my school colors were purple and white. So your tie was purple and white. Then they had something that was called a crest that you can put on your... Normally the pocket would be on the left side of your chest right here. So you would put the crest right there. And yeah, I feel like they were strict. They had some rules that you had to go by, like you had to wear a certain color shoes. It had to be like a black or a brown color shoes. Your hair have to always be groomed. It has to be low. It can't be too long. They had a structure about them, which I liked. It kind of like instilled a kind of discipline in me. So I did like that about going to an all boys school. So my school was a public school, and it's different here because I think public school up here is free, but in Jamaica, even though the school is public, you have to pay for everything. You pay for every single thing, the books, everything. You pay for the term. You have to pay. That's just how it is with the school in Jamaica. You have to pay. So yeah, so the main reason why I even went to Kingston College is because my dad used to go to Kingston College and my grandfather went to Kingston College. Now, why is this school called Kingston College when it's a high school? I don't know, girl, but it's called Kingston College High School. I don't know why they call it Kingston College, girl, but yeah, that's what it's called. So initially though, there is this exam that you take to get qualified to go to a high school like this. And when I passed that exam, I actually passed for this other high school called Calabar High. Okay? And the thing is, I got a transfer to Kingston College. My dad got me a transfer to Kingston College. Now, the only reason why I was able to transfer from Calabar to Kingston College is because they use like a scoring system, and Calabar and KC was basically like equal when it comes to the scoring. So you can only get transferred to another school if the scoring is equal. So yeah. So Kingston College, they had two campuses, okay? They had the Melbourne campus and they had the North Street campus. Now the Melbourne campus is where you go when you just start, like the first 3 grades. I think it's the Melbourne, right? So on the Melbourne campus you had Mr. Bryan, who was the principal. Then on the North Street campus you had Mr. Johnson, who was the principal, and then Miss Douglas, who was the vice principal. Y'all, I don't remember how I remember this, but I remember everything vividly like it was yesterday. So initially when I started, so Craig went to Kingston College too, but we were never in the same grade. I think only one time we were in the same grade. All the other times, never. So what was I saying now? So what was I saying? I'm having a brain fart, girl. So yeah, so initially when I started going to Kingston College, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I decided to do business. So I was doing business. So I was doing business. So I was doing accounting, math, English, Spanish, geography, history, social studies, and physical education. So I think I was doing either around 9 or 8 subjects. Yeah. Oh, I think at one time I was doing science too, and then I changed. So when I initially was doing science, and I changed. Oh, I was doing religious education also. So yeah. Also, I was trying to figure out what extra activities I was going to do in terms of sports or any extra activities or whatever, y'all. Y'all, this is so good. I always use this, my hand sanitizer from Bath and Body. It smells so good. This one is the Japanese cherry blossom. Really, really good. So yeah. So I actually tried out for the rugby team. So for y'all who don't know, rugby is same like football, what they call football here in America. The only thing with rugby is that you don't have all that protective gear to protect you while you're playing. It's more like a minimal, like they wear shorts and whatever. So you can basically get injured much easier. So I remember that when I was in 7th grade, which is the first grade when you get there, I was training after school because I wanted to be on the rugby team. And at the time I was living with my grandmother on my father's side, and I guess she didn't like the hours that I was getting home, so I had to stop. Before I actually made the team, I had to stop going to rehearsals. No, not rehearsals, training. So yeah, so that didn't work out. So as I grew, and I think this was like second for 8th grade or 9th grade, I started getting involved in drama. So I was in the drama club, and I was in the choir. So not only was I in the choir at school, but I was also in the choir at church. Now, I grew very close to my vice principal, Miss Douglas. And the reason why how that happened is because I was in the school choir, and I remember us flying to Florida to sing at some event or something, and she was the one who went with us, and we got closer to her, and she was really sweet. Shouts out to Miss Douglas. And actually, rest in peace to Mr. Johnson, my principal at the time. He passed away a few years ago, so rest in peace to him. Yeah, so Miss Douglas had really fun, and I have a vivid memory of remembering being on that trip in Miami and singing on the choir. And I remember I had a Walkman, and I remember that's when, you know, one of them things that you play the cassette tape in. And I remember that's when, I'm not gonna go too deep in this, but I remember that's when I fell in love with Brandy, because I had her Never Say Never tape, and I used to listen to it over and over. And you know, when they have those tapes, and you have to if you want to rewind, you have to turn it the other side on the side B, and then fast forward it, and then turn it back to side A. Girl, it was a lot. So I remember listening to that cassette tape, Never Say Never, Brandy, over and over again. But yeah, those were the times I remember that. So yeah, so I didn't do any sports. I was in the choir and drama class or whatever. Overall, it was kind of weird at first going to an all-boys school. But to be honest, most of the schools in Jamaica are like that. They do have a few co-ed schools, but most of them are all boys or all girls. I guess because they didn't want the boys and the girls to be messing around and having sex and stuff like that, and the girls getting pregnant and stuff like that. I feel like that's the reason why they do that. But anyways, it was kind of weird at first, because even though I knew I was gay, I was not really trying to get with anybody. I was not really watching anybody in high school. I was more like minding my business, trying to get my studies together and stuff like that. So, but the thing is though, I was, of course, as y'all know, I was a little bit feminine. And because I was chubby, and I had this kind of womanly shape, so my bottom part would always be like really thick, and I had hips, and I had ass,
Legs and hips and body. I just give them.
So I used to get picked on. And I remember distinctly that this guy kept picking on me, and he would not stop. I don't remember his name, but I remember that his father was either a pastor or a police. I think his father was a police. And I always remember my grandmother would tell me that those are normally the most baddest kids that give the most trouble. Those kids are normally the kids that are bullies. So he used to bully me a lot. And I remember distinctly, I had my last session for the day, my last class, and it was a Spanish class. And I loved Spanish. Like, my two favorite subjects were Spanish and English. And so I had my Spanish class. I remember my Spanish teacher was Miss Smith. I remember her distinctly. I remember leaving my Spanish class, and it was the end of the day. It was the end of the school day. So the class that I was in the corner, like the corner of the building. And I'm walking out of the corner, and walking and minding my business. And then there was this other class that was at the end of the corridor, and the classroom was long and the windows were all open. So as soon as I touched the beginning of that classroom, whomever is in that classroom can see who is walking past. So I'm not paying attention, just walking, minding my business. But I do notice that 2 people were in that classroom talking. So there was only 2 people in there. So as I'm walking and I walk past the entrance to that classroom, I feel something very yucky and warm on my face.
Are you serious to me right now?
Can y'all tell me why this guy that was bullying me, he spat in my face?
He spat in my face?
You cannot be for real. Oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real.
Like, so apparently he saw as soon as I was walking past the windows, and he decided that he was gonna and spit in my face, y'all. When I tell you, that is the most disrespectful thing you can ever do to me. And I'm not really a fighter, but that day, y'all, I fought. I fought. When I felt that disgusting thing on my face and I turned and I saw it was him, I don't remember what I had in my hand, or I don't remember if there was a mop or something in that classroom, but I grabbed that mop and I started hitting him with it, okay? And we was there fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and I beat his ass that day. I don't know where I found the strength and the courage, girl, but I beat his ass that day. And then after the fight, I just remember I started crying because I felt so embarrassed. And I felt like, who are you, like, to just be bullying me every time you see me? And the most degrading thing is to spit on somebody. So I remember crying. And after that fight, I went straight to the principal's office and I reported him.
Yep.
And in Jamaican schools, what they do for punishment is you either get a detention, you get suspension, or you get caned. So I don't know if y'all know what caned is, but they use a long cane. Normally it's like a sugar cane, and if you know what a sugar cane, they use a sugar cane and make it. When I tell you that that thing hurts, I've been caned probably once or twice. When I tell you that that hurts, being caned, so basically you turn over and they slap you on your butt. When I tell you, after getting 3 of those, you cannot sit down for at least an hour. And the 2 times that I've got that before, it wasn't even my fault. It was the class. Sometimes the whole class gets, the whole entire class gets caned if 1 or 2 person does something, which is very unfair. And that's happened to me twice before. But when I tell you, so he got in trouble and he got caned. And I think they had to call his parents. His parents had to come to school or whatever. I don't think he troubled me after that, but he used to trouble me a lot before that. That wasn't even the first time I was bullied. There was another guy that used to always trouble me every time he see me. But he met his match one of the times, because there was this other guy that noticed that he was bullying me. And I guess one time he saw him bullying me and he took it upon himself to get into a fight with him and to whoop his ass. I remember him, this guy, so he was really tall and his features were really long. Like, he had long hands, he had a big feet, girl. He got a he had a big thing, girl, because listen,
He's thick. He gonna give you a mouthful. Oh, sorry.
I used to notice it in his pants, and he used to play sports a lot, girl. I used to notice it in his shorts and all of that. I can even remember his face in my head right now. Shouts out to you. I don't remember your name, but I remember that day you stood up for me and you fought that guy, and you definitely won. I just remember him having that mark on his face because the guy gave him a slap, bloop, in his face, girl. I just remember that. So yes, those are the 2 times I was bullied. But yeah, so as I said, my favorite subjects were English and Spanish. Okay, so let me get into this though. So most of the guys that I knew, they were straight, right? But a lot of them would play around, especially with me. As I said before, I had a girly shape. My hips, my ass, my thighs were all there, or whatever. I remember this one guy in particular. He was tall, handsome. I think he used to play basketball too. Every time he see me, he would either bite his lip or bite his finger and make a certain noise or pinch my nipple or something.
Sensational.
And he was attractive. I was attracted to him. But I knew that he was probably either curious or I don't think he was down low. He was just probably curious. He's actually straight, by the way, because I have him on Facebook and he has a whole family or whatever. I don't know. He could be down low, but I feel like at that age, like you were like teenagers, like probably 12, 13, 14, you don't really know sexually what you like. I mean, you see something, like he saw me and he was attracted to me, but that doesn't mean that he was particularly gay. So he wasn't the only one. There were a few other people that were attracted to me. And to my surprise, some people that I met I went to high school with, later on, I came to find out that they were gay. Like, they're out now. Like, I see them on social media, they're out and stuff like that. And I would have never thought. So in high school, I wasn't really trying to get with anybody. I wasn't really, so I wasn't really paying attention to that. Probably towards the end when I started maturing more or whatever. But to be honest, I was more like ashamed. I wouldn't say ashamed, but going to a all-boys high school, people were just, they were like very watching you and watching everybody to see who is a little bit feminine or who has a girlfriend and all of that, girl. That's mostly what some of the guys were watching, especially when you just started going to the school. That's what most of them was watching. But I was just minding my business. And yeah, I feel like going to an all-boys high school, I loved the structure of it. Like, it taught me discipline. It taught me it taught me how to get along with other people, with other guys, and how to, I guess, fit in, or I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I feel like I wouldn't change it. I know going to school here in America is different. Y'all, these kids mostly can do whatever they want. They wear regular clothes for the most part. Yeah, it's very different in Jamaica. And I'm glad that I actually went to high school in Jamaica, because they actually teach you way more. They teach you way more. Because I remember one of my cousins, he went to school in Jamaica, and then he migrated to the US. And when he came here and he was furthering his studies, he was way ahead of the people in his class. They had to actually put him two grades up because he was so smart. Because they teach you so much more here in the school in Jamaica. So my school that I went to, Kingston College, they were really good in sports. Really good in sports. Like, they had this thing that they call champs. If you're a Jamaican, you know what it is. It's basically like a competition between high schools where they do all different. It's kind of like an Olympics, but for high school. And my team would always win. We were smart too, because we used to win a lot of challenges in like school challenge quiz. It's like a challenge where they quiz you, different high schools. So we used to win that a lot also too. Overall, my high school was a good school. It was a really good school. And I don't know, maybe if it wasn't for my dad, who used to go to that school. Maybe I wouldn't go to a school like all boys high school, but I actually liked that I ended up going there. It was really cute. Oh guys, so there was this time where me and Craig tried to trick the people in his class and the people in my class. Now, as I said before, we were always in different classes. I think it's only one time we were in the same class. So we decided to switch one day, and I went to his class and he went to my class. They immediately recognized that they immediately knew. I don't know how they knew, girl. They immediately knew, because I guess because they were used to us coming, being in the class every day, because this was after like a year or two. So I'm like, they definitely knew us differently. I don't know how they knew us. I guess because of our personalities, but they definitely knew us. Ooh, y'all. And I was such a hustler from our early age, because I remember being in high school where I used to burn CDs and sell them. So I don't know if you all remember back in the day when people used to sell CDs. Like, I used to go to the shop, I used to go to the store, the electronic store, and buy the 50 pack or 100 pack of blank CDs. And in them times, people were like creating their own playlist. Like, any song that came out that was popping, I used to create a playlist with like 20 songs, and it would be like the latest R&B songs, the latest hip-hop songs, the latest reggae mix, and I used to burn them. I remember I had a computer, and I used to be up at night after I finished my homework burning CDs, and then the next day I would sell them for either like $50 or $100 depending on the playlist. And I used to make money like that.
Yep.
I used to make money. I know some of y'all probably used to do that too. I used to burn CDs and make money. And when I tell you, I was about my hustle, and everybody knew me as the guy that they could get music from. I mean, a lot of people were doing it, but yeah. And I remember having to compete with people. So if he was selling his for $60, girl, I would probably sell mine for $55 or $50, sometimes even $40. And that's how I would get more sales. When I tell you, girl, I was getting my coin. Don't play with me. I was getting my coin. For the most part, I enjoyed it, for the most part. And even though people might have known that I was gay, even though I didn't come out, a lot of people were respectful. The teachers were respectful. For the most part, the students were respectful. And there was a lot of people. There was a crew of 3 guys, y'all, that were gay, and they did not care. And they were always getting into fights. And when I tell you, they used to beat these guys' ass. So don't play with these gay guys. Don't play with us. We will beat your asses. They were strong. They knew how to run and all of that, girl. And when I tell you, they were always getting into fights, but they were always winning. And they were always getting into trouble, though. And you know what I don't like? I don't like people who go out of their way to be mischievous. I didn't like that with them. They used to go out of their way to be rude to other people and stuff like that. I don't like that. So yeah, I don't agree with that. What is going on?
Woo, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so I didn't like that about them. I mean, it's okay if you're gay or whatever, and you don't care, but they were going out of their way to get into fights for no reason. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed my experience going to an all-boys school. I think it would be different if I went to a co-ed school. I think it would be different. Obviously, it would be different if I went to school in America. It would be different. Yeah, I prefer my going to Kingston College. Shouts out to all my KC old boys. So anybody who went to KC, they call them KC old boys, and it's kind of, y'all, it's kind of terrible and weird. Well, not really, but yeah, it's kind of like a fraternity. Everybody who went to KC, they formed a fraternity, girl, and they go hard, and anybody got time for that? Yes, I went to Kingston College. Yes, I will rep my high school or whatever. Hopefully someday I can do like a motivational speech or do like a give back to my high school or whatever, girl. But yeah, it's not that serious for them to be going so hard. You know what though? I understand why they be going so hard, because when it comes to like sports and competitions, that's when they be going extra hard. So that's cute for y'all. But yeah, I kind of miss those days, those memories where I used to go to champs and stuff like that and represent for my school and stuff like that. And when they used to play football and all of that, girl, that used to be fun. When they used to have like little concerts at the school or little school events. And when I used to be in the choir and the drama club, I really miss that. But yeah. Okay, y'all, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, comment down below and let me know which high school y'all went to, or if y'all have any boys in your family that went to Kingston College. Comment down below and let me know. I would like to know. And I will see my Care Bears in the next video. Mwah!
Thank you for coming, and I hope you have fun.
I go hard, pause, hospital flow, get more pause. I'm a bad bitch on all fours. The president be like, it's all yours. Weezy